So we're rejoining Beverly Petrus, extraordinary entrepreneur. We're talking about businesses that Beverly and her husband, Ali, operate in the US and British Virgin Islands. And Beverly has shared with us in a previous segment how they got started in business. So we encourage you, definitely check out the initial interview segment where she tells the story, very unique story of struggle and just things not working in the time frame that you think they should work in, or being frustrated because you have enough education, you have credentials, and you're still not landing a job. I personally went through that myself. And so that's why I try to share these stories, to let you know, whatever you're struggling with, whatever your challenges are right now, they are not unique. And there are many of us who have gone through those same challenges and survived. And what we are trying to do is help as many people as possible, not only to survive, but to thrive in these really tough times where it seems like money is not going to come from the usual sources. We encourage you and remind you that you can create income with or without a job. So we're rejoining Beverly. And Beverly, I'd love for you to talk about your other businesses, because you and your husband learned a lot from your franchise experience, and that gave you kind of a platform from which to expand into businesses of your own, which are just amazing. So talk about your other privately held business that you and your husband operate.
Well, my husband and I got baptized by fire in many ways. So we had the Subway restaurants, and then we decided to venture into another franchise, IHOP. We opened IHOP in 2007, and it lasted but a year. We found out the hard way that not every franchise is good for the island based on the population. We needed a bigger population to sustain that IHOP.
And so some of our viewers might not be familiar with IHOP, depending on where they live in the country or in the world. International House of Pancakes is IHOP, right?
Yes. And so we opened one here in St. Thomas, and all was going well. I mean, it was exciting and it was new, so we had quite a bit of support. But as things got to taper down, we realized that we can't sustain this IHOP on just business on a Friday and a Saturday and Sunday. We needed business Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. So we started to have declines in sales. Our overhead was tremendous. And so at one point, we had to make a very tough decision to see our investment go down the drain. You know, being in business is not for the faint at heart. You have to be tough. There are going to be some good days and there are going to be some bad days, but your mindset is what takes you through it. And, you know, we decided to swallow that painful pill and say, okay, we can't allow all of our businesses to tank. We're going to have to let this one go. So we closed that operation. But even during that season of being, you know, down and depressed, because we're humans. I mean, there was I think it was $1.2 million that went down the drain in a year. And instead of, my husband is he's a fighter. He's a fighter. And he got to the place where he said, many nights he stayed up in bed figuring, we're going to have to file bankruptcy. We're going to have to file for bankruptcy. It just doesn't look good. And then he said he would not sleep at night. One night he got up and he had this brainchild that said, diversify. Diversification is basically not having one line of business. So we had all restaurants. So my husband decided we got to find something else that's other than restaurants, because when restaurants go south, we got to have something else to cushion the blow. And so in driving around, one day he saw a spot and he said, I need to find out who owns this spot. I think it will be a great location for a gas station. So gas station was a diversification. Long story short, we were able to get the piece of property and we leased it, and we now have it was our first gas station. We branded a line of stations called PG Gas, which stands for Petrus Gas, playing on the word petroleum, petro. So our last names being Petrus. We were like, hey, Petrus Gas, PG. So we opened our first gas station there. I believe that was in 2010, and then shortly thereafter, we developed a plaza. And that plaza now holds other businesses along with our newest franchise, which is Sabaro. And it has been a blessing. So diversification we found was necessary because staying in one line of business for us was very risky. We had a major disappointment of IHOP failing, and it put us on the brink of filing for bankruptcy. Because when you do these ventures, you got to sign everything you own. When you don't have, you weren't born with money. Neither my husband and I grew up with money. We came from humble beginnings, and we are just hard workers that have been blessed with some guts, you know, and understanding that when you stand on faith and for something that, you do what you got to do and let God do what he have to do. And so we expanded, and today we are now restaurant owners. We have our Subways still, our babies. And I say those have been the babies that have birthed everything that we have been doing. Even the failed business IHOP, we call that our doctoral degree. People want to just say, oh God, that was such an awful experience and I don't even want. No, we actually today, we tell people that's where we got our doctoral degree. We learn a lot of stuff. And we chose not to just tuck our heads under anything and be ashamed of what happened. We used that opportunity to recollaborate and say, you know what? We got hit really hard there. However, we're going to fight our way out, because a lot of this is mindset too. Don't stay in a place of depression when things go bad. The economy right now is bad, and all of us could be depressed because it's not one of us, it's all of us that it's affecting. But we have to look for the rainbow in all of this. Yes, we're humans and we're flesh and we're going to be down, but let's not stay down. It's a process. You get you down for a minute, but you look for that rainbow and that silver lining. For us, that rainbow and silver lining, our doctoral degree, was IHOP, the failure of that. So today we are blessed with the diversification of the restaurants, the plaza, the gas station. And we've also expanded now into another island in the Caribbean here. It's called the British Virgin Islands, Tortola. So just a few months ago, we opened our first gas station and plaza. We're still completing the inside of the plaza as COVID-19 has slowed us down, but we will move forward once we're able to get engaged again. So that's our diversification.